Hi guys, welcome to Poles Apart, Charlton West Ham Carabao Cup. Is it Carabao? Carabao? Whatever. But yeah, so my thoughts on the game, what I think will happen, and ultimately what the result will be. Now, normally with the Premier League, I watch it, so when we're talking about an opposition, I know a lot about them. So I can get a bit more in depth in terms of like where I think key battles will be won, stuff like player against player. Unfortunately, I ain't gonna lie. Do you know what I mean? I don't really watch. I don't watch Charlton. Do you know what I mean? It's so I can't really say player for player. What I will say is they're a League One outfit. So theoretically, on paper, we should be able to relax a couple of players. Even though we've only played one game, we should have the option to be able to let a couple of players sit this one out, get themselves ready for Arsenal, and still kick on and get the win quite convincingly. Now, I don't mean that as a disrespect to Charlton. It's just that obviously Premier League, League One, there's a big gap. Do I think it'll go like that? No. I think if we rested players, I could see us getting beat. In all honesty, I don't have any confidence whatsoever with recent history in the cup competitions. I don't think we can afford to field a weaker side. I think I would use this game for your players like your Lanzini, Anderson, Allaire. I would use this game to get them playing and get them to get their confidence up. You know what I mean? You would hope that they would tear it up and grab a few goals and give themselves a bit of a confidence boost, and put themselves in contention for the Gunners. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not. I would like to see West Ham 100%. We should be looking for these couple of competitions. Does any Hammers fan think we're going to do top 10 this year? I'd love to meet one, because everywhere I read, everyone I see, it's a different story. It's doom and gloom, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of them, that sort of sits there and thinks, are we going to get relegated this year? Quite possibly. We know signings or anything else like that. I'll be worried with the academy. As much as I want to see us bring through youngsters, the players that we've got at the moment, them youngsters, are they going to come in and do a decent job? If they do, I think we can only really put in one or two. Because otherwise, if you have too many, I think it will play up with the balance of the team. So I'd like to see us field quite a strong side. Play Johnson right back. Go in with Diop. I think Diop needs a bit of a confidence boost. I think he needs to get a clean sheet behind him, make himself feel good. Ogbonna's been outstanding. I can't really afford to have him miss out. Left back's an interesting one. Cresswell could do with a bit of a morale boost, with a clean sheet behind him. Then again, so could Masuaku. But I do think Masuaku will start. In terms of Charlton, from their point, what I would say is that, yes, even though they are a League One outfit, do you know what I mean? It's a cup competition. Anything can happen. It's also a derby. Again, so they're going to be well up for this, and they should be up for it, especially with the animosity that's going on with our club. That's why I say, do you know what? Am I confident that we'll get the result? To be honest with you, I'm not. I will say that I'm going to go on to say that I think that we'll win on penalties. We are doing penalties, aren't we? There's no replay, so yeah, I think we will win on penalties. Just about. But yeah, so I've actually backed them as well to win League One. So I do have confidence in them. My now local team, Crew, they turned them over quite convincingly on Saturday. And I wish them all the best. Obviously, not for Tuesday. But yeah, so that's my thoughts really. I can't go into much more detail, because like I said, I can't really go player for player. What I would say is it comes down to confidence. If we're going to play players like Anderson, Yarmolenko and that, we need them to be firing on all fronts straight away. You know, show us fans that they're up for it, that they want to play for the club, that they want to put a shift in. Forget all the old hashtag GSB out, which I'm all for. You know, don't let the ball take away. At the end of the day, it's the fans that would turn up week in, week out to come and see you play. You know, don't get me wrong, those fans will also give you stick, but prove them wrong. Prove them wrong, go out there and have a good game. And that's what it's going to come down to, really. Have we got the confidence? Will they have the confidence to just sort of knuckle down, just kick on and get that result? The selection's going to be... the selection will determine who wins this game. And like I said, for me, I'm going to go West Ham penalties, but am I convinced? Not really. But they're my thoughts. Love to know yours as well. Take care.
To put a long story short, I think the Hammers should be absolutely slaughtering the Addicts and running riot around us. And if I'm being honest, I think what's best for Charlton is to exit the competition at this stage, as the format of this competition, the first 4 rounds are happening in this month, midweek after midweek. It's a ridiculous amount of games in such a short space of time, and obviously Charlton are under a registration embargo at the moment. We can't register more than 23 players to our team. In my opinion, the league is what's important, and I think that we need to keep our best players fully fit and ready for the league campaign. Charlton coming into this game actually are in relatively good form. We've won our last 2 games in all competitions, of course. We beat Swindon in the Carabao Cup first round 3-1. We played against Swindon's fully strengthed team, and we were just fielding what we had, and it was obviously a massive confidence boost to come away with a win. Even more so when we won a week later against Crewe Alexandra, who won the game 2-0. And we did very well in the first half. We started slow, but we grew into the game and we pounced on Crewe's mistakes and got the job done in the first half. They did dominate us in the second half, did hit the crossbar, had a few good chances, but ultimately it wasn't their day and the damage was done in the first half. So we do come into this game in relatively good form. However, the same can't be said for West Ham, though. You haven't started the season off in the best of ways. It has to be said, obviously. You did lose on the opening day to Newcastle 2-0. David Moyes just sound so deflated in his post-match interview, obviously, with all the stuff going on with the ownership right now. There's a lot of unrest between the fans and even the players and the staff in relation to the owners. Of course, this was fueled by the sale of Grady Diangana recently, and Mark Noble's tweet came out, just shows that the players aren't exactly on board with it either. And the same with David Moyes, they just sound so deflated right now. As for a predicted lineup, of course, as I've mentioned, 23 players in our team, we can't sign any more. So our manager Boya is bound to make changes. So I don't think he'll make all too many changes to our backline, though, because we don't have many defenders. So in terms of the predicted 11, I've gone with Ben Amos in goal. He did play against Crewe on the opening day of the season. He's our starting keeper. I don't think he'll be playing our backup keeper, Maynard Brewer. But if he does, I won't be at all surprised. I've gone with a back 4 of Ben Purrington, Dejosh Ilaja, Charlie Barker and George Lapsley. Darren Prattley did play at centre-back in the game against Crewe. However, he can't play midweek to then weekend games. It's just not, he can't, his legs just can't physically do it. So I've gone with Lapsley, who played in midfield in that game to play right back, and Barker, who played right back against Crewe, now moving to centre-back, his actual position. I've gone with a diamond in the middle, which is what we didn't play against Crewe. We played a 4-3-3, but I've gone with a 4-4-2 diamond. The diamond being Albie Morgan, Dylan Levitt, Erhan Oztumer and James Vennings. I think with Oztumer, it could either be Oztumer or Johnny Williams, one of the two, leading the attacking line. James Vennings, another youngster, very, very talented young player coming through the ranks who's had to play due to the limited squad that we have, and he is a very attacking player, got a lot of pace. Dylan Levitt, of course, our latest signing, coming over from Manchester United on loan. He'll be one to look out for, and then Morgan as well, again a promising talent. And then up top, I've gone with Chuks Aneke and Josh Davison. Both of them didn't feature against Crewe. Chuks come off the bench, made a good solid impact, a very physical player, and Davison, again, another product of the academy who does have a bright future ahead of him. In terms of a score prediction, I don't know what team West Ham is going to field. I don't know if you're going to go full strength or you're going to play your reserves. I think more than likely you'll be playing some reserves mixed in with some experience. I wouldn't write us off coming into this with West Ham being in poor form and we're in alright form. Both of them are going through shocking ownership, as well as our manager Lee Bowyer being a West Ham fan, so that's definitely going to be interesting to see. However, I will be realistic, and I think that West Ham will be running away with this. I'm going to go West Ham 3, Charlton 1, and we will exit the competition, and you guys will progress to the third round to play either Leeds or Hull. But it's going to be an interesting game, and I'm gutted that I can't go to London Stadium because it is Charlton's first taste of Premier League football, and probably our only taste of Premier League football for quite a while yet. But yeah, it would have been an amazing atmosphere. Charlton fans would have came in their numbers and the atmosphere would have been unbelievable, but obviously due to the restrictions we can't go. But I'll be watching from home and hopefully we can potentially cause an upset, but I'm not expecting it. But thanks Hammers Pole for letting me on the channel. I really do appreciate it. Best of luck to West Ham for the rest of the 2020-21 season. I hope you guys can sort out your ownership situations because no club should ever have to go through that. I would appreciate it massively if you guys could come over to my channel and subscribe. I do weekly Charlton Athletic and League One content. Thanks again for letting me on the channel. Good luck this season and come on you addicts.
For West Ham fans everywhere, this is the ultimate football app for you. Never miss a thing with the latest West Ham news, gossip and social stories as they break. Download the free COY Irons app now from the App Store and Google Play.